What role does trauma play in the way people interact with them, I guess, in the way they think about themselves and how they interact with others? What can we do as a community to help? And how can we prevent intergenerational trauma? This kind of goes into the decoloniality stuff, kind of. You could kind of make a link between the two, but yeah, that's the
point. Thank you, Sister Mashallah. What a great questions. I mean, you guys have great questions, and I'm sure there are many people that are better in answering this than me. But as your fellow brother and as a seeker of knowledge like yourself, we'll try our best to figure it out together, inshallah. This is collective learning, and I love to engage the participants as well. So, yeah, intergenerational trauma, it's very real. It's very real. I mean, to connect to colonialism again, it's not a lot of years ago that we became so-called independent, but we're not independent yet, by the way. I mean, even though we say we're independent, we're still governed by world banks and all these things that are governing our economy. I mean, we don't have self-sustainability, we still have wars all over the Muslim world. And of course, as Muslims, we love all non-Muslims as well. So we have war all over the world, we want the best for non-Muslims as well. Of course, we make dua that they come to Deen of Fitra, and that's Allah, hopefully Allah will open their hearts as well. But with that said, intergenerational trauma, let me first define what it is for those who don't know. So intergenerational trauma, sorry, let me just drink some water, sister.
No, that's okay.
Intergenerational trauma is about, for instance, if my grandparents has witnessed something like a genocide. We'll take the Bosnian example. Bosnia is a good country to take it. Bosnia during the 90s, they went through a horrible genocides, and it was where thousands of Muslim men were killed, and also Muslim women as well. But it was a genocide. And I have a lot of friends from Bosnia. I mean, Allah make it easy for all of our beautiful Bosnian brothers and sisters, amazing people, right? They've been through a lot. And that genocide affected the whole generation. Like, you can actually connect with Bosnian families. There's not a lot of men there because they killed a lot of men, the genocide towards Muslims. So let's say that you witnessed that, and then you get children that never witnessed that. But those memories that you have witnessed will then be passed on to your children. That's how this becomes an intergenerational trauma. We can see it in West Africa, of course, A lot of the independence war were very brutal. A lot of people, look at Congo. We take Congo as an example. Congo. They always speak about, we need to speak about Congo the way that we speak about the Second World War, where millions of Jews and Roma people were massacred by the Nazis and killed, and it was a genocide. That same happened actually in Congo. But we never speak about Congo, at least in European countries. I don't hear a lot about Congo. Over 10 to 15, 20 million Congolese people were killed by King Leopold in Belgium. This is in duration of 10 to 20 years. And this is maybe 150 years ago. I'm not exactly sure about the time there, but this is still passed to the next generation. So even today, children that has not witnessed that genocide, but this tyrant and terrorist, King Leopold, and we should call him what he is a terrorist. And like Hitler is a terrorist, right? This still affects the psyche of people. And this might be the seventh generation, right? The seventh generation that is going down. And the same with Palestinian brothers and sisters. I mean, if you look at the Israeli occupation of Palestine and the oppression and, the genocides that are happening there. And also, if you look at, for instance, I mean, Palestinians are treated as second-class citizens. It is an apartheid state in a sense, right? This is now the third, fourth generation that are living under occupation in Gaza, for instance. So, and also in South Africa, you can find still, I mean, you still, even though it's not apartheid anymore, it's still, blacks are, more discriminated than white South Africans. And the list goes on. The list goes on. In India, you see it with Muslims being treated. So all this is intergenerational trauma. I have a lot of Indian colleagues. They say that when India was divided into Pakistan and what we call today Bangladesh and India. People were, placed in different places and needed to move. That affected, and that was a trauma for a lot of Indian people. And now the children that are raised today, their grandparents' trauma is affecting them still today. So this is intergenerational trauma. We see it in the Muslim community, in the Jewish community. That they still, live with this trauma. I have, I know Jewish people here in Sweden, they still feel this trauma from the Second World War. Palestinians feeling the trauma of the oppression that they're facing in Palestine. West Africans feeling the trauma, the Congolese feeling the trauma, the Indian Muslims, etc. So this is intergenerational trauma. So we understand that.